In a lush, vibrant forest stood a small blue lake, calm as glass. Each morning, a stunning peacock named Ryan would walk to the lake's edge to admire his reflection. His feathers shimmered with every shade of green and blue. His tail fanned like a royal tapestry. To anyone watching, Ryan was perfection. But Ryan didn't think so. Each time he looked closer, his gaze drifted downward to his feet. Rough, gray, clawed, ugly, he whispered. Why would nature give me such terrible feet? He watched the antelope pass by, elegant hooves so graceful. The deer, dainty steps on polished toes. Even the pigeons had soft, neat claws. Ryan began to feel broken. They all walk so beautifully, and I just stomp around like a mistake with feathers. One spring morning, the forest held its annual festival of colors. Animals from everywhere gathered to celebrate the beauty of life. Ryan was the star. Birds sang. Even the butterflies circled around him, awed by his feathers. But Ryan was only thinking about his feet. As the sun set, a gentle wind swept through the forest. Ryan, whispering to the stars, why did you give me beauty only halfway? To his surprise, a soft voice replied, you see only what you're not, never what you are. Ryan turned. An old owl had been watching. The owl flew down and perched on a rock nearby. Do you know what I see? The owl said gently. I see a creature so dazzling, so unique, that even the trees lean to watch him walk. Yet he hates himself because his feet aren't soft. Ryan lowered his head. But they ruin the rest of me, he said quietly. The owl blinked. Your feet are strong. They hold up the weight of all that beauty. They carry you through mud, rain, rock. If they were delicate like the deer's, your feathers would drag and rot. A week passed. The forest had returned to its rhythm, chirping birds, rustling leaves, dancing butterflies. But far above the trees, clouds gathered with a quiet, growing rage. Then came the storm. The sky cracked open with thunder. Rain lashed the canopy like a thousand whispering drums. The air turned thick and gray, and the ground, the earth, once solid and steady, dissolved into deep, sucking mud. The roots groaned, trails vanished beneath rushing water. Chaos unfolded beneath the downpour. Animals scattered. A young deer slipped and tumbled down a slope. An antelope, once swift and proud, sank knee deep, legs thrashing in fear. Tiny birds fluttered helplessly under fallen leaves, too wet to fly. It was a storm no one had prepared for. But Ryan did not run. His once shiny feathers were soaked, clinging to him like heavy curtains. He looked nothing like the graceful bird he had once tried so hard to be. But he moved. His feet, once mocked for their size and shape, held firm in the mud. He climbed, balanced, and pushed forward with quiet determination. He carried berries in his beak to a rabbit trapped beneath a branch, trembling and soaked to the bone. He stood like a shield over a nest of baby birds, spreading his heavy wings not to impress but to protect. And when a fox called out, searching for her cubs across the river, it was Ryan who led her through the slippery crossing, claw by claw, guiding her to the other side. He did not glide, he did not shimmer. He slipped, he stumbled, he grunted and dragged and strained, but he stood tall. One by one, the animals watched, and for the first time, they weren't looking at his feathers, they were looking at his feet, at his steps, at the strength they had missed all along. Not the kind of strength that dazzled in the sunlight, but the kind that held steady in the storm. Ryan was no longer chasing someone else's gift, he was finally walking in his own. As the skies cleared, Ryan walked to the lake once more. His reflection shimmered, but this time he looked first at his feet. They were still gray, still plowed, still not beautiful by the world's standards. But now he saw them as purposeful. He saw them as his. And suddenly, they were enough. Ryan lifted his head and smiled at his reflection. I was too busy counting someone else's blessings that I couldn't see my own. He thought of the antelope's hooves. Fast, yes, but not strong in mud. The deer's feet, elegant, but not steady on rocks. Every creature had a gift, and every gift had a reason. So many of us are like Ryan. We admire others and forget ourselves. We wish for someone else's path, someone else's body, someone else's voice, and we end up losing the very magic we were born with. Stop comparing your journey. Stop comparing your looks, your timing, your gifts. You are walking your own path, and it was never meant to match theirs. Next time you look at yourself, look deeper than what you lack. Look into what you carry, what you've survived, what you bring into the world just by being here. You are not a mistake, you are not behind, you are becoming, just like Ryan. If this story helped you see yourself in a new light, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Pearl Whisper Tales. Let someone else hear the message you just heard. Your story matters too.